We reach a point where Hololive English Gen 3 may happen anytime now, with Council being 1 year old and Myth reaching their 2nd year anniversary in 1 month. A Gen 3 may bring us new stories, new lore to introduce into this amazing fictional world created by Hololive. So why don't we take a step back and revisit one of the biggest lore-filled groups in Hololive history? Since, I gotta say, the Council does have a curious story, and if you're as obsessed as me about the lore of virtual live streamers, then this is for you. First, we'll tackle every member and then we can explain their whole story, starting with the first concept, space. After being given a vessel in the mortal world, Sana studied astronomy in earnest for one reason, but that didn't stop her to stumble into the Ancient Ones and their forbidden truth, making her an apostle on the way. Space is a concept which is quite difficult to give a definition and keeps growing, making it difficult for mankind to fully explore space. Being related to the Ancient Ones gives her a connection to Hololive Myth's own Mumei Inanis, the priestess of said Ancient Ones, which just may be the identity of her friend mentioned in her original song, Violet.
Yes, I got that wrong, shut the fuck up.
She's officially 13.8 billion years old, which cool enough is the exact age as the universe, but with, 0.1 billion years ahead. But she still refers to a child in galactic terms, and has a height of 1.7 kilometers but 169 centimeters with a limiter which lets her roam around Earth safely. Without it, it may cause basically the destruction of Earth and any planet nearby, as she's bigger than the sun itself. So, casual shit. So, moving on to Fauna, she was materialized as a druid in bed to save nature, which in itself a druid is a high-ranked member in ancient Celtic culture, but the definition of D&D wiki is much more fitting and hilarious. Druids are an embodiment of nature's resilience, cunning, and fury. They claim no mastery over nature, but see themselves as extensions of nature's indomitable will. She also has Kirin blood flowing in her veins and antlers made out of branches. A Kirin is a type of chimerical beast in Chinese mythology, resembling a deer with dragon scales, tail and mane like an ox, and is considered one of the 3 most powerful mythical creatures, with the phoenix and dragon. So if you were wondering who is the most powerful member in Hololive, you know who to put in top 3. Although they have a trait that makes them not harm any living creature, which makes it quite close to Fauna herself as the definition of serenity and gentleness. And by saving nature, they mean everything organic that is not humankind, by the way. She also has an ability where her whispers have healing properties, although no one can confirm unless it happens to you.
But have you heard ASMR? Holy shit, bro, that is healing as fuck.
She's officially 4.54 billion years old, which, fun fact, is also the same age as when Earth started to create life. She has an apple which if you bite into it, it may heal you from any illness, which was also used to restore the planet when Sana destroyed it when she took off her limiter in her debut. So I guess this is her second life now, huh? Third concept created by the gods, and the most linked with mankind. From the start, she was nothing but a cog in a wheel, but evolved into a quiet yet aloof woman that figuratively and most likely literally keeps mankind in her palm, as most of them can be freed from the sands of time, or rather, they don't want to be.
Which I understand greatly, don't worry.
Humans created concepts such as dawn or dusk, and by that they gave her power, so they became enslaved to her, creating such a a sadistic, prideful Warden. She has connections to Hololive Myths member Amelia Watson, since both share a relation to time, and past interactions indicate that Amelia Watson's clock was from Kronii, until an older Watson stole it and inherited it to the current Watson, making her an enemy of our Warden. She has an age of infinity years old, making her the canonically oldest member of all Hololive, as she's been here since, of course, infinity. And as she doesn't have a specific birthday, she picked the 14th of March, as that makes reference to the number pi, which starts with 3.14 and has infinite amount of digits. As she is a concept created by humankind's efforts, she wasn't given a proper vessel, and made her choose one, eventually making herself owl-like as the bird that symbolizes wisdom. She's gentle and wise and has been blessed with the knowledge of the world. She has experienced so many things, she's forgotten most of them, even her own name. And as she's felt lonely during her perennial travels, she created her own friend out of humankind's most indispensable item, paper. Her name, Nanashi Mumei, are both written in a kanji that are related to the word anonymous, which makes sense for her character as she's forgotten her name. And funnily enough, her friend is made out of a paper bag. Both bag and owl can be written as fukuro, so it's a quite fun little pun, you know. Her job as the guardian of civilization is to record human history so it's not forgotten, as well as encourage the success of humankind as well. She's also able to turn into an owl, although changing frequently provokes her brain to become more bird-like. She doesn't have a confirmed age, even though if you follow the trend of concepts such as space or nature, she may be as old as humankind itself, getting to the 200-300,000s, but probably is closer to the first recorded civilization of 6,000 years old in places like Egypt or Mesopotamia. We reached the last but theoretically first member of the council. She's birthed by the world itself and is technically the chairperson of the council, although she mostly takes a hands-off approach. Her mouse-like appearance fooled countless people since they couldn't realize in time that
mice are the harbingers of chaos.
She has come here to break all rules and bring havoc, while also enjoying the view of the mayhem created. The concept of chaos can be just defined as randomness in its finest. It can be confusion or disarray, fortune or tragedy, but also freedom from all logic. Since space lacks a definition, chaos bears many definitions. Her name, Hakos, is an anagram from chaos, and Baelz can be a reference to the demon Bael or Beelzebul, a being normally equated to Satan. And if we keep the tendencies of references to D&D, demons are normally aligned to chaos. Fun fact. She was given a choker with a key in it by the gods. She doesn't know what or how do you use it though. As she doesn't know her own age, she rolled the 9,999,999 sided die and got the result of 2,347,180 years old. Holy shit, you don't know how much that took. Oh my god. Although she encourages her audience to just roll a dice and convert those rat years into human years. And another fun fact, her birthday is the 29th of February. Leap years were made by Kronii to contain Bay, and in the Chinese zodiac, one of the animals which leap years fall into are
rats,
accompanied by the monkey and dragon, but we don't care about those. And if you're here after all that lore dumping, let me weave you a tale about gods and concepts that lead to one of the most powerful VTuber groups, but also a very dumb one as well, I'm not gonna lie. It all began with nothingness, just a pure void of darkness, until one day 4 deities descended upon this nullified emptiness and created texture, concepts that may one day create life as we know it today. First, they turned this black void into space, although space was nothing but textures and principles. Thus, they created nature, to bind together these textures, until they realized nature was nothing else but existence. With that in mind, they poured in time to orchestrate growth and evolution, creating life forms. These life forms begged for knowledge, and alas, the gods accepted. From there, civilization was created. As civilization was not created by the gods, order was not found. Civilization corrupted nature. Time took advantage of the life forms to dominate them diabolically. Space confronted time, expressing disagreement with time's tyranny. The gods, between all the havoc, created avatars for these concepts and bestowed a vessel to a concept that existed since the Genesis, chaos, and said,
"Let there be order. Chaos shall govern the lands via council."
And so led to council's provenance. Thank you all for watching, and also congratulations to council for 1-year anniversary. They are one of the first VTuber groups that I've watched since the beginning, and I will keep watching them till the end. Thank you Fauna, Kronii, Mumei, Bay, and Sana, and see you in the next year's coming. Council Forever 5.